Welcome, welcome. We're going to get started here soon, quickly. Guest, community member, get ready. Looks like Jim is working his way. Welcome, guest, community, to your hour of power. Episode 228. Sounds official, don't it? It is. Anyways, get in, buckle up, guest, community member. Get ready for a experience. Turn down all distractions, all of them. Make sure you're buckled in nice and tight. What kind of a solution are you looking for? Is it a small one? Is it a big one? Is it a colorful one? Is it a tall one? Is it skinny? And I'm talking figuratively speaking here, folks. Once again, welcome to your hour of power. I am hoping that we can take advantage of this time. I know Jim is coming on here. Let me bring him on real quick. Welcome all the way from Tucson, Arizona.
Hi there, Santos.
That's a big screen there. Welcome. Welcome.
Hi there.
I am putting, well, maybe I shouldn't put him there. Let me get rid of him and get back to here. All right. Welcome all the way from Tucson, Arizona. Jim, welcome. You want to share one word or two before we keep going?
Yeah. Happy Sunday.
All right. Happy Sunday, everybody. That sounds good. We're going to acknowledge everyone. If you're here, I want to acknowledge you. You're important. There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why we're all here. I've got a couple of I got a frog in my throat. I got a couple of treats tonight on this broadcast. We may bring them on the broadcast. We may not. I don't know. It depends on how we go. I really, really want to focus on serving you on the other side. I really want to see somebody in here experience something. Maybe I can experience something new on this broadcast tonight. Do you come believing? Let me read. As a community, what could we do to use this hour of power to build our personal tower? An hour of desire for solution, moving away from the shame pollution, working on getting the best conclusion. Peace of mind, peace of mind, peace of mind. Remove the blind. May grace be so kind so I can find and bind. Freedom. I'll read that maybe later on. All right, so I am Santos, your host. Jim is with us all the way from Tucson. We have 35 to 45 minutes. We can waste those minutes here. We can completely waste them, folks. Community and guests, we can, or we can take advantage of this hour of power and find a solution, whether it be skinny, fat, tall, short, colorful, black or white. Figuratively speaking, you're here for a solution. All right, we got a proverb coming, and then I want to welcome aboard those of you that are here: Ken Smith, Laura, Martha Edwards, welcome. Good to see you. And there's a few others that are watching. We are live via Facebook, let me see, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And we want to use this time here. Again, folks, what solution are you looking for? Why are we here? We're spending an hour, 45 minutes. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, I wanted to go and talk tonight about money.
Whoa.
And it seems like it's a relevant issue to talk about, especially with gamblers. I mean, it seems like you're doubly going down the wrong path if you're a gambler in this day and age. because
Testing, testing. I
can you hear?
apologize. I'm checking
Yeah.
the audio. I'm
Okay.
making sure that we can hear you because I know we've got. Can you guys hear? Can everybody hear Jim? Hi there, Jesse. Gambling free. Okay. By the way, if you have a question, thank you. If you have a question, please uh, ask. Come on, folks. We got an hour. This is going to go by very quickly. And listen, I don't know what you're looking for, but I'm looking for something. Let's ask. Let's seek. Let's work together. What can we come out of here with? Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah. In regards to money and gambling, if you have a problem gambling situation, I think that it's a double whammy in today's age because there's a big problem with money right now. Um, it seems like our economy is slowing down. Number one, so that means that probably jobs might be coming scarce, and the ability to earn a living might get a little bit more tough. And we also have a problem with inflation. You know, they
Yeah.
printed like quadrillions and billions, bazillions of dollars,
Mhm.
and that money is all that money is chasing a lot of goods and services right now, and it's just driving all sorts of prices up. And if you don't have a good handle on your money, I think you're going to be in some serious trouble. Some serious trouble.
Mhm.
Wasting it away, on like a problem gambling situation, I think is just, just one of those toxic poisons that could be added to your financial situation. So I think it's important to kind of look at the reality of the situation. What's happening with your money going into the casino? What's happening to the cost of living? You know, I mean, I always think about this. I mean, if you're gambling your money, it's a double whammy because, not only do you lose your money, you lose the money that you're supposed to pay for your bills. Now you have to come up with extra money,
Mhm.
to cover that.
Mhm.
And um, in our current economic situation in this country, I think worldwide, you know, I've been watching videos about like over in Europe and England. They have a big energy issue. People can't afford to pay for energy for heating. People are just in tremendous debt. People are going into debt using their credit cards, just trying to cover just basic expenses now. And we might be okay right now. We might still have a job, and you could be gambling. But I mean, what could happen if you lose that job? you know it's a bad situation. I think we have to really be kind of conscientious about the times that are happening right now, the economic times, and the habits that we have. Are our habits positive, or are they detrimental to our situation? And we are, all these
Yeah.
gamblers out there, you really need to kind of face this situation, because I don't really see, a rosy picture ahead in the next year. I don't. I mean, energy
For
prices will be
many,
going up.
yeah, there's many areas, Jim, that I would agree with you. There are many sectors that are being devastated. There's a few areas that are improving. Technology is improving. The area of cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, that's improving every single day. But there are sectors, the banks. I Many people don't know this, but one of the largest banks in the U.S. is purchasing patents on the blockchain for what? I don't know. I don't know what Bank of America or Wells Fargo has. They think they're going to corner the blockchain maybe some way. They're obviously not. They're doing it for a reason, financial reasons. Banks are not in there for us. They're not in there for us, right? You may have whatever you have in the bank. They're not really there for you. They're there for them. They're making money off of your money. You're not really making money off of theirs unless they gave you a loan and you got a good business and you're generating good profits. But you're still not making money off of them. The banks are making money off of us. Let me read the proverb. I want to get the proverb in before we get. And folks, listen, please ask if you got a question. I know it's true what Jim is sharing. It's true. There's a dark side. There's a very, very dark side of the economy. And it's going to affect. It is affecting many gamblers, many problem gamblers. Ephesians 5:1. I gotta get to this because this is food for the spirit. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children. It's Ephesians 5:1. Be ye therefore followers of God as dear children. So once again, we are a community here. We're broadcasting via Facebook, via LinkedIn, via YouTube. Now, I'm going to say this to you on the other side. I'm looking for ways, obviously, to make sure that I can cover my bills, just as all of you are doing, just as Jim is doing, just as the rest of the world is doing. We need more than income. We need peace. You need focus. Without focus, you're going nowhere. And I'll tell you, the problem gambler, the person that has the addiction has you by whatever your addiction that has you by your throat. Maybe you have an addiction that doesn't have you by the throat. You're in control of it. I'm talking about that thing that has you by the throat, by the feet. As a community, what could we do to use this hour of power to build our personal tower? What personal tower are you trying to build? What personal tower are you trying to build, my friend? Community member on the other side. We have an hour here. 45 minutes is going to go by quick. I'm looking for questions. Uh, if I'm going to share a testimonial, we have a gambler. I think he changed his life. I'm pretty sure he changed his life. Is a video I watched some time ago. We're going to take a few minutes of that and watch that so that we can, again, we're talking about we have to prepare, just like Jim is saying. We have to prepare today. We have to prepare ourselves, you as an individual. Because if you're just working on your finances, nah, no good, no bueno. Just your finances or just your business or just no, you have to on you. How are you going to weather the storm? We don't know what storms are coming. I have no idea. We could be bombed out of this. We could be bombed. The United States could be bombed horribly. We don't know this. Of course, if it happens and we're gone, we're gone. We won't know it. But still, in the meantime, we got to pay the bills. We got to eat, I like turkey bacon. I don't really get into bacon. Or is it pork bacon? I like turkey bacon. So you got to buy the turkey bacon. You got to pay for that kind of stuff. So anyways, I'm shooting out to Facebook, to LinkedIn, to YouTube. I'm here. You have a question. Something's going on. We can work together. I need solutions. You need solutions. We come together. We can figure it out as a community. There's nothing that we can't, as a small community. Maybe it's two or three of us that are real community members. There's absolutely nothing that we can't do. We can come together and find. So no questions. All right, that's fine. Go ahead, Jim. I'm going to go ahead and play the video. If you have a question, please ask. Maybe who knows? Maybe you have a question about overeating or something. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel embarrassed. Listen, come out, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to face these things that we're talking about here. So if you're struggling amongst us, if there's anybody here that doesn't, first of all, if there's somebody here that shouldn't be here, they're not going to be here for long because they'll probably exit. But if you're here for a good motive and a good reason and a good moral, then you can get a breakthrough. All you have to do is believe. We can believe for a breakthrough. Does that make sense to you guys, or just does that make sense to me? All right, go ahead, Jim. Jesse has a question.
Okay.
Let me see what. That's what we're here for. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay. Yeah. So I would think that if you do have a vice of something like gambling, that's like a. I think you talked about it before. They're like shackles. They're like you're in bondage, right? And you have to go and think about how do you get out of this bondage. And we talk about strategies, right? You got to become aware of your situation. I'm sure a lot of people who are watching, they like probably drop hundreds, thousands of dollars maybe this week, lost a lot of money, and yeah,
Bueno.
it's no bueno. That's right. And you gotta, number one, figure out, why are you losing, why are you continuously losing this money? Why do you keep on going to the trap, right? And I'm sure a lot of people feel hopeless, in their situation, probably frustration, despair, right? But the people here are watching, probably looking for a way to go and develop some traction. There is hope. Tomorrow's another day, and I like the
Today,
word traction.
today's the day, though, Jim. Today's the day. Tomorrow's a new day. I agree with that 100%. But today, right now, this is a brand new hour, man. This is a brand new minute. This is a brand
Brand
new
new out.
experience for
That's
all
right.
of us. And the problem is that we're stuck and we don't believe because we're wired the wrong way. You see, miracles and things happen through belief. Belief, I believe, more and more is also engineered. It's in the environment. It can be created, and things can happen. Great things can happen. I know ultimately God is the healer of the universe. He's the master, but he gives us the ability to do things with ourselves, and we're so stuck down here thinking thoughts. We're always looking at everybody else. Well, that person's got more than me. That person can sing better than I can. That person has a house and a car and a garage and a big truck. And you know what? We're looking over here and we're looking over there. Stop that. And I have to tell myself this all the time. Quit looking at the grass is not greener over there. You cultivate the grass in your own life. What's the grass look like underneath your feet? Maybe your grass doesn't look so green, so you need to get some of that seed. What is it? Fertilizer, right? What kind of fertilizer? Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's mirror talk. Maybe it's taking notes and asking more questions for yourself. Fertilize that seed, that grass, so it begins to turn green and you begin to see your own talent and your own ability and your own things that you can work on, that you can build, that'll keep you distracted from the big distraction. We talked about that long ago. Distract the distraction. You remember that, Jim?
Yeah, distracted distraction. It's like
Yeah.
substitution. If you have a gambling problem, you're spending time gambling. Why don't you just find another job? My gosh, number one, you're making money. Number two, you're filling up
Yeah.
that time, you know, figuring out ways, do Uber, get a part time job, learn a new skill, right? Try
Yep.
to start turning things around. I mean, I think that's exciting. We want to kind of develop or rekindle some type of hope and get out of the despair. You know, there is a way for us to get out of this financial, and emotional problem. And
I mean, that's one of my ultimate goals, right? Is to get. I mean, I'm doing better now financially than I was when I was gambling, but that's not my ultimate goal. There's other goals. We want to gain knowledge. I mean, if you don't gain knowledge, what kind of knowledge do you need? I don't know what kind of knowledge you need, but if you don't sit down with yourself and ask the right questions, you're not going to know. You won't know. You have to take risks, but be willing to take the right ones. We talked that last episode, I believe, taking the right. So let me share this. So you hang around, right? Is it problem gambling or is it gambling problems? You hang around this place like myself, and I'm not judging anybody, but I'm not judging anybody here, but I'm trying to lay it on you, my friend, because if I can save you uh, something happening next month or the month after that, so be it. I give you a little bit of truth and it hurts you a little bit right now, but it saves you 2 months from now or 3 months from now. So you hang around this place, possibly an unwanted thing. You don't want to do that, right? You might even hate you might be thinking, man, I really don't want to be here, but for some reason I'm going here and I'm why what am I here for? What am I doing here? You might ask yourself, but you're there anyways. Truth be told, the logistics don't work until a decision is decided. The logistics don't work until a decision is decided upon, like a law. Like a law. inside of you. When you set a law inside of you, I don't know, like you feel fire, you feel fire inside of you. Imagine if you felt fire, that would change. Something would happen, right? If you felt fire, of course you would. You wouldn't just sit there like a bump on the log. Oh, I feel fire. No, that fire is going to cause you to do something, right? It's like no more breaking the law. Inside, man, that's it. That's the catalyst. That's the igniter. That's the propulsion. It comes down to a decision. But why, what's going on with the decision? Why isn't the decision being made, right? That's the battle. Well, we know, because you know full well on the other side that you can overcome gambling. You can overcome anything in your life that you really want to. You know you can. But you haven't, because you haven't made a decision. Maybe the decision is, it's got to be a law. It's got to be a decree if you want to be completely free. Now, if you play, Jim, you were talking about this earlier, if you play, right now, some bad times to be playing. I believe it is. Unless you hit big jackpot, $100,000, and you get the hell out of the casino and you never visit the casino again. But the likelihood that that's going to happen, it's not. So when is the most, I'm going to give you some time here. When is the most vulnerable time to gamble? The lack of financial, no work. I'm going to say this, a double-minded man is unstable. If you don't have some focus, if you don't have a direction, if you don't have a mission, a journey, a statement, if you don't have something, then that's exactly what you're going to get. The most vulnerable time to gamble, the lack of financial, no work. And those are my thoughts about this.
Yeah, I think with in Jesse's question, I think if you're a problem gambler or problem anything, I think it has to do with your emotions. I mean, if you don't have control over your emotions, if you're around certain kinds of people, if someone's pushing your buttons, if you're in a fearful or agitated or anxiety state, those are probably the biggest times where you can be vulnerable to an addiction, because those feelings don't feel good, and you want to go ahead and escape. You can't deal with the people around you. You can't deal with the situation. You can't deal with this, so what do? You escape to your addiction, right? So you got to be careful of those situations that trigger. You got to figure out what your personal triggers are, I think. Look at the people you're around. I mean, just this, like you said, Santos, journal, write down. It's like, why did I go? Why did I go back to my addiction? What caused me? That's that night, that evening, I decided to go. Why did I go and decide? What happened that evening? What happened that day? And it's like, what? I think I'm slowly figuring out, the root, the root of this problem that I have. It's not a desire of like trying to make money, or it could be just trying to escape,
Yeah.
the awful realities that I'm kind of entangled with in my life. And everyone has different lives, everyone has different circumstances and situations, so it's a personal thing, but you got to figure out what those triggers are.
Yeah, you have to basically, the problem boils down to decision. And I just have a couple questions. I'm going to do something here. I think I'm going to play some of that clip. We got a few minutes. And then I have a song. I have a song. This episode number 228 is probably, it may not air because I'm going to do a Tom Petty song here. And it's really interesting because I've listened to Tom Petty, but this song is really interesting because it says that I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. And the hardest part is coming down. So I'm going to share that song with you guys. I hope I don't scare anybody here off the screen. Me singing a song, karaoke song live. I've done it before. Am I a professional singer? No. But I take risks to improve myself. to show people that just because you're afraid doesn't mean that you have to hold yourself back. So I'm going to share this song here in a few minutes after this video, but I want us to think about this. Listen, I want to help you on the other side. I don't know where you are at. You know, obviously, I want to help myself. I want to support Jim in some way. I believe that's why we're here. I don't think we're here because this is, the greatest show on earth. Barnum and Bailey circus, right? I don't think that this is it here. But there's something about this program that it bothers people. There's something about this program that bothers people, but also inspires us to come back Sunday after Sunday. I'd like to hear some testimonials. I'd like to hear some people really getting breakthroughs. Now, I'm going to challenge you, those of you that are on the other side. I want to see how many of you are willing to accept my challenge. And this was going to come at the end of the program, but I'm going to challenge you right here because some of you are going to hit and run like Rice Goat. Anyways, so I'm going to be here for 1 week, right? Obviously. I want to see how many of you will come back next week and say, I gambled not. I challenge you on the other side. I'll be here. I'll come back here, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I issue you a challenge. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. If you're a problem gambler or you're an addict with trauma of some kind, I issue you the challenge to believe for 1 day, for 7 days. One time for 7 days. I issue the challenge. So if you're in it to win it, come back here next Sunday and say, hey, Coach Santos, I did it, man. 7 days, man. I bit the bullet. I took your challenge on. I didn't like it when you said that to me. I didn't like it when you challenged me. Oh, well, I'm going to challenge you anyway. So I throw that out into the universe. Those of you that accept the challenge, I've got ways to make that challenge a lot greater, too. That may come in the future. It depends. It really depends on what happens here and on the foregoing programs that we have here, Solutions, this podcast. So I'll be here. I'm challenging you. Did I read the rest of this place here? Let me make sure that I got. Yeah, there we go. We did that. So the problem boils down to decision. All right. There's the challenge. I'm challenging myself for another week, day by day. So hopefully that'll, let me see. We've got a few, any more questions? Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah.
Uh,
So one of the things that we
go
talk
for it,
about
huh?
on this program, I guess, is like
Yes.
I assume people are looking for strategies to get out of their funk. And we talked about, the turmoil that we're having, you know, emotional issues, the triggers, all that kind of stuff. And you were talking about distractions, How can you go ahead and improve yourself while distracting yourself? You can try to become a person of service, try volunteering, try helping someone, in some way. You actually feel better about yourself. And if you're really trying to pursue something in life, I don't think anything will be really meaningful to a person unless one of the components that pushes them, that drives them, is if they don't have service. You got to be of service to people. When you have service, when you give some kind of service to people, you're actually helping someone in a beneficial way. You know, I mean that's an outstanding feeling. It's an outstanding feeling. It makes you feel better. It makes you
Yeah.
feel better. If you feel better about yourself, you can kind of push your way through and become stronger at the kind of your own personal issues that you're having. So I encourage people to try to find a distraction, some mode of service that that a person can give, helping some kids out, helping the elderly, you know, doing something that benefits people in a positive way. In a positive way. Think about how you can help someone in a positive way. And that could go ahead and, branch off into a new skill, a new career, could be something like that, you know,
Hmm.
um, and it'll just take you away from perhaps, the demons that are attacking you right now. the funk that you're in.
Yeah, yeah, the funk that you're in. By the way, I'm just curious to see if anybody's gonna. I'm just curious to see if anybody will say yes to the challenge, to the 7 day challenge. I'm just curious if anybody here. There's a few people here. I'm just curious to see where you are with yourself. Are you willing to take on the 7 day challenge? Put it in the comment there. Say yes. Say yes. All right. We are going to bring. I listened to this young man some time ago, and we're going to listen to him for just a few minutes. Just listen to what he has to say. That's all I'm asking you. YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, I'm asking you just to take a few minutes. Listen, we're almost done here. We're almost done here. And I don't know about you on the other side, but I've already gotten myself better just from being here by the challenge. I can already see good things, greater things. So let me see what.
So many times, particularly when I was still gambling heavily and I'd maybe lost another paycheck, I would look around myself and feel like I was a loser, like I'd wasted my life, like I had nothing to show for the years I've lived up until that date. Maybe I was living in a small rented flat. Maybe I had a old banger as a car. And just to clarify, I am in, financially at least, no better position now, or certainly not in a substantially better position. The house I live in is modest and rented. The car I have is not exceptionally valuable. It's kind of cool, but it's not exceptionally valuable. And if I was to use this materialistic approach as a measure of my life and the value and success of my life, then it would be quite easy to fall down a bit of a hole of anxiety. So why do we feel like a failure? It's because I believe the yardstick that in the 21st century we set for ourselves as a overwhelming measure of success is purely financial attainment. You can only see from social media, from Instagram, that the most successful people are those with the big house, with the Lamborghini, with the collection of Rolexes, and all these material trappings that we associate with someone who has lived a successful life. So let's start where we're at. Okay, so you may feel like you've achieved nothing, like you have nothing, but what you do have is opportunity. You are in a position where you have access to the internet quite clearly. You are hopefully living in a place where there is opportunities for social mobility. So if you want to pursue this material success as your measure of a life well lived, then you have the opportunity to do so. But most importantly, what you have at the moment is yourself, your life, and your future. It doesn't matter whether you're watching this video at 21, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. The biggest loss I ever experienced in my gambling time was a loss of time, and I've made a video all about that. The biggest win and the most progress you can make now, if you get into recovery, is you'll rediscover that time lost. You'll get back that extra time for the rest of your life, and that has got to be better than any material possessions. What you've also gained through, your life lived thus far is experience. And the reason I make a lot of these videos is because I have a lot of experience, a lot of it negative, but if I can instill that experience in people younger than myself, they have even more time, even more to gain, and even more opportunity ahead of them. The problem is if we rewind 30 years, success was measured in very different ways. But now, because the most obvious outward visible measure of success is material possessions, we can use that to perpetuate algorithms through social media, through the news, through Instagram, all the rest of it. So we are programmed to see success as mansions, Lamborghinis, etc. But if you want to redress this, if you want to reconcile this measure of success in your own mind, then dare I suggest you go and step outside your door for a moment. Have a look around. How many Ferraris and Lamborghinis do you see? How many people do you see walking around in head-to-toe Louis Vuitton or Gucci that's not fake? How many people are realistically going and commuting to their dream jobs where they're living their best lives and fulfilling all these roles that we're told we should be pursuing? We hear it all the time, find something you love and you never work a day in your life. Well, I can assure you that 99% of people have worked many, many days for most of their lives. And up until recently, this was accepted. Renting a house, having a roof over your head was deemed a success in life. Having a car was a huge success in life. But now we consider ourselves a failure if the house we live in isn't owned and the car we have is anything less than a 2 or 3 year old BMW.
Hey, you ever seen a wealthy person or a wealthy
Right.
family or a jet owner? Like, I got a jet, I'm sorry, You ever done that, seen that, and wondered, what would they?
Okay. All right, we're gonna end there because I know time is running out. But just some food for thought. I played some of that. I listened to him before. He's kind of got it. He's got an interesting accent, but he speaks very clearly, very clear. So there's another individual. I think I subscribe to his channel. I don't subscribe to a lot of channels, but when I find something interesting when it comes to, somebody's overcoming gambling, man, that's my world. Welcome to my world, man. I get excited. So we listened to a little bit of that. Hopefully you've heard kind of like he's tying into what we're talking about here. The economy, the way we're living, and all of these things. So back to the questions. I'm going to ask, how does it benefit? How does it benefit you to stay where you are, even though you don't really want to be there? How does that benefit you? And what is so important about that you're willing to stay there and you're willing to risk? You're willing to risk whatever it is that maybe it's not gambling. Maybe it's not in a casino. Maybe it's not a slot machine.
A bad place could be a very comfortable place, Santos. A bad place could become normalized and you're used to it. Even though it's bad, you're familiar with it and you accept, the consequences and the results from being in that particular place. I guess it'll have to take some, serious shakeup, to realize that, it's not a good place. Whatever addiction that you're in. I mean, unfortunately, some people, they'll stay with their addiction for decades and decades, and realize, later on that they wasted their life and wasted their health. But it's all they knew, and they were comfortable with it. So sometimes it's like, why don't people get out of that rut? Maybe we can't imagine anything better. We can't imagine ourselves doing anything better. How do we see ourselves? And I have a feeling that a lot of us, don't have much confidence in seeing ourselves in a better place. Can't imagine. And that's why, people kind of go with like something that they're not too fond of. They don't like he was talking about being in a job, that they don't like, for years and years. It's like, why would you put yourself in that situation, and waste your life like that? Might be because person doesn't have much confidence in themselves and like, you know, um, venturing into something they like to do. It's great to find something that you like to do, that how to do, what to do, you have interest in, and you can make money off of, right? But you also have to have the confidence with yourself to take risks, mess up, and just keep going, you know. And I think a lot of us, we just don't have that quality where we're willing to take that risk, right?
Yeah.
And that comfort zone is a powerful place.
It's a
You know,
sedative.
hmm yeah,
It's a sedative, and sedatives feel good when you're hurting.
right. And when
Yeah.
it's like when you're comparing yourself to other people, you feel bad. How do you fix that bad feeling? You go to your addiction. You go to your addiction. You escape to your addiction, right? Instead of handling how you're seeing yourself, how you're seeing yourself, how you can improve yourself, the way you see yourself, how you can feel about yourself. It's a lot easier to just, instead of looking at the mirror, instead of journaling, it's easier to go to the casino or go to the bottom of that bottle, you know. Um,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, and that's why I believe there are programs such as this one. I believe there's a reason why we come for 45 minutes here. I come here with expectancy. I come here with belief. I come here with, what could possibly go right for somebody. Maybe not tonight. Maybe they won't discover it tonight, but maybe they'll discover it tomorrow. You see, there's a lot of fake crap going on. There's just a lot of fake. There's a lot of bad testimonials out there of people that actually are not. They're still gambling. They say they're not gambling, but they're gambling, and they may have channels. They may be putting videos out there. I want people to know that this community here, this is right here. This is a beacon of light. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't have it all right, but I'm here every Sunday. I've been here for about 2 years. Yeah, we did have a program on Thursday and Tuesday, but I could see that there was no real effort from others coming into that program. So I stopped it. And that's the way I feel. If I'm going to be somewhere, if I'm going to spend my energy, I'm educating myself, I'm pushing myself to the outer limits on some days to be able to give to others. And if I sense that others are not taking advantage of that, what I'll do is I'll go somewhere else and I'll plant seed. That's just the way it is, right? You'll be the same way. It's like if you have a job, you like a job that you have and you're getting paid for, but then after a while, and then something else comes along and it's promising and that's going to be you're moving up. Hey, you're going to go. You're not going to be loyal to that employer unless that employer has been with you for a long time and they're taking care of you. So I'm saying that because I truly want to help support people. I want to help support young people. And I want to see like this challenge. If you said you're going to be here on Sunday, I'm going to expect that you'll be here on Sunday. And that not for me, but for yourself, to prove something to yourself, because that'll be one great 7 days if you haven't done it. You prove that to yourself. You know how good you're going to feel? See, it's not just about sharing, right, and talking about things. I agree, and I agree with that, Jim. But you have to take action, and we have to push, and we have to, I say, push to a point where we're actually encouraging people to take the risk, take the right action, so that you benefit. Well, Santos, it hurts. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to stay where you're at right now either. It's a sedative. And we don't want, if you're going to use a sedative, use it for the right reason. Don't use it, so that you're drowning in the swamp and then you stay there. You're drowning in the swamp and you take a sedative. That's going to really help you. Hey, we're throwing the branch in the quicksand in the swamp or whatever you're drowning in. You're asleep, man. You can't grab anything. No sedatives. We got 7 days, man. I'm gonna see who's gonna be doing this with me. Go ahead, Jim. I've got a song I'm gonna be singing here, scare everybody away. Tom Petty.
Yeah. So there should be a sense of urgency. Time is passing by, but just everyone should also understand that change sometimes doesn't happen immediately. I think we're here to give some inspiration, motivation, a kick in the pants, so that you can see yourself in a better way. Understand that there is hope for change. And the more you do something, I believe, you start programming your mind. That's why Santos is here all the time, all the time, all the time. His change didn't happen overnight, right?
It's
But
happening overnight now, though.
the important thing is you stay consistent with it. You stay with it over and over and over. Repetition is so important. You just got to expose yourself to all sorts of good stuff and do it every day, every day, every day. Watch these videos every day, every day. journal every day, every day, every day. I mean, if you really think about
Until
it,
you don't have to. See, until you don't have to.
yeah,
Right? Write in your journal every day until you don't have to. Because there'll come a point in your life when you won't have to write in your journal every day. You might write 3 times a week, 2 times a week, maybe once a week, maybe 7 days a week. But the key is that you've gotten somewhere. You've gotten somewhere. So hopefully I've answered your questions there. I know it's a little bit challenging because we don't know specifics. When we don't have specifics, we can do kind of generalities. Once again, if you haven't visited the Soldiers of Self-Mastery website, right down below, I'm going to encourage you to go down and visit, or go up. Don't go down. Don't go down. Santos, slap you in the mouth. Go up and visit soldiersofselfmastery.com. Support the channel. Keep the number 23 if you want to donate financially. Keep the number 23 in mind if you want to donate financially because you feel supported. The book, the Little Red Book, is now on audio. So, hey, you can play it in the background in your whatever you're doing. You can get the audio version of it. And we're going to be doing the audio version of the 15-minute mornings. We're going to do that one. And then we've got life's 3 most important questions. This is going to be a really cool book, a really interesting book. This one will be coming out. Working on it. So, hey, that's how I keep myself motivated. I keep looking for stuff. I look for crap inside myself and I just turn it inside out. I guess maybe if that makes sense to you, right? Look for crap inside. Well, this looks crappy. Let me see what this can do. You pull it out and, wow, I didn't know that I could do this. I didn't know. The grass, make the grass greener on your side. All right? All right. Jesse says, I've crushed drugs and addiction. That's the right thing, man. All right. All right. Let me get in here. I know YouTube frowns upon me doing this kind of stuff. I don't know why, but they do. So here we go. Let me see if I can boost this thing up. I don't know if the sound's going to be all that great, but I started out down a dirty road. Well, let me get my microphone here. Started out all alone. The sun went down. I crossed the hill. The town lit up. The world got still. Learning to fly. I ain't got wings. Coming down. The hardest thing. The good old days may not return. The rock might melt. The sea may burn. I'm learning to fly. I ain't got wings. Coming down. The hardest thing. Getting off of that gambling train, coming down. May be the hardest thing. Doesn't have to be. By the way, Tom Petty passed away, I believe, a few years ago. Well, some say life beat you down, break your heart, steal your crown. Started out, God knows where. I guess I'll know When I get there, learning to fly around the clouds. What goes up must come down. Learning, learning, learning to fly. Learning to fly, learning to fly. I ain't got wings coming down. Hey, the hardest thing, learning to fly around the clouds. What goes up must come down. Learning to fly, learning to fly, learning to fly, learning to fly. Little DP, learning to fly. All right, that's for those of you that are learning to fly. You may feel like you got no wings, but the hardest part may be coming down. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. I do a little bit of karaoke singing on the weekends, sometimes on TikTok. I don't do it too much. I used to do it more often, but I find that karaoke is a good form of therapy, so I sing music. Yeah. So thank you for hanging out again. I hope that you have walked away with something, algo, even if it was just micro, something up here. All right, 7 days is on. We're going to see you guys next week, 7 p.m. Jim, go ahead, share your last words. And again, I'm here. If you have a question, you got something, maybe you didn't get an answer, you can hit me up right there below. Soldiers, go right there. Look at right there. See how close look, my finger's almost right in the train. Ooh, there you go. All right, Jim.
Yeah. So, I mean, in regards to Tom Petty's song, you know, when you're on your path to recovery, I guess, I mean, you got to prepare your mind. And a lot of people have this expectation of, I got to do everything right and perfect. It's like, I don't think I can go ahead and do this. Right. What goes up must come down. You know, you know, have a little bit of a higher expectation for yourself. Say, yeah, I'm going to mess up. I'm probably going to mess up. I might mess up, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. I can pick myself up again. You know, don't let those previous times where you kind of stumbled prevent you from moving forward. Learning to fly, right? Probably a lot of people who are watching this program, they say, I have a serious problem. you know I don't know what to do. I'm trying to learn how to get out of this bad addiction. I'm trying to learn how to fly, right? But I don't have any wings. I don't know how. Well, keep watching this program. Keep on learning. You know, uh, just work on your journaling. Work on positive strategies. A positive mindset. Pray every day. Do your journaling. Watch these videos. Learn strategies. Learn about yourself. And those wings will grow, right? Those wings will grow so that you can be up around those clouds. And just keep in mind that, yeah, we're not perfect. No one's perfect. We're going to stumble. We're going to mess up. Be prepared for that. It's up and down, kind of a rocky road life is. But yeah, just keep track of your progress in your journaling. Take initiative. Start right away. Like Santos said, tonight, start tonight. you know, and just step by step, and you're going to go out and be amazed about the progress that you make. and feel that traction, take you, to the place where you want to go. It's focus, right? It's focus. Focus on yourself.
Yep. Focus on self. Focus on the challenge. 7 days. I'm going to see you guys here. 7 days. Not 10. 7 days. The challenge is on. All right. Thank you guys for hanging. Ken, there's been quite a bit of a crowd here, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So thank you for being with us, Ken Smith. Martha, thank you for hanging out. Jesse, OG Jesse, Rice Goat, thank you for being here. Barry Bob, I don't think I've seen Barry Bob in a little bit. Simon Cowell, yeah. Laura, good to see you, Laura. Who else was here? Let me see. Good to see you. There was out of time. There we go. Out of time 24/7.
That'd be cool if Jesse can kind of share, maybe, how was he able to, beat his addiction? That would be really neat there, Jesse. Jesse, congratulations for beating, the drug addiction. Like, hats off to you.
He's got to come on the camera and share.
That'd be cool,
I've
It's like,
asked. Yeah, that's what we want to see. How, everybody has an effort, a way. Now, I admit, I used to drink. I was an alcoholic really bad, really bad. I won't go there. I've been through and I can drink a beer. If I want to drink a beer, maybe once every 3 months or something, I'll drink a beer. That's it. I get headaches, which is cool. So I don't drink anything else. I might have a cold beer. I don't mind. I don't have a problem with it. But I'm not going to sit here and drink every day. Not alcohol. No. That's not going to work. That's one of the things that'll keep you in a casino when you're drinking, because you're numb. That's the sedative to keep it right there in the midst of the pain. All right. Martha says getting in the gym would be great for me. Okay, that's a challenge. That's a challenge there. Even a walking for 20 minutes a day can do wonders. Wonders. A 20-minute walk. You may think, well, how's that going to help me with problem gambling? Try it. All right, we've got a challenge. I got to get off the airwaves, 58 minutes. Thank you guys for being with me once again. Community, guests, make sure you soldier scribe, turn your notifications to all, and there'll be more videos coming this week. There'll be SciTech this week, and make sure you visit the Soldiers of Self-Mastery website. There's new edition there. Support us. Support me. Please, as I support you right there. Ooh, there's the train. All right, Jim, we'll see you next Sunday, Lord willing. And you guys, it's probably cooling off out there in where you're at.
Tucson. Yeah, it's a little bit cooler. Yeah, waiting for fall.
Getting rain. All right, folks, until my next one. Soldiers of self-mastery. Soldiers of self-mastery. Soldiers of self-mastery.